Good morning and welcome back to Ao Nui Beach in a new empowering yoga class crafted specifically to help you start your day on the right foot, infusing your body and mind with energy, strength, and unwavering focus. In this session, we'll be moving through a dynamic flow to awaken your inner power and sharpen your mental clarity. You can expect a combination of invigorating poses, mindful breathing, and meditative moments that will set a positive tone for your day. Whether you're seeking a boost of vitality or aiming to cultivate inner strength and laser-like focus, you're in the right place. So, let's harness the morning's potential, channel our inner strength, and direct our focus towards a fulfilling and productive day. Let's begin. Let's begin our practice seated at the back of the mat, sitting on the heels, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, and taking a deep breath in. And release your breath. Maybe setting an intention for the practice. And let's roll our head to the left side, moving gently, moving slowly, rolling out the neck, and moving to the right side. If you're hearing any pops or crackles, that's perfectly normal. And coming to center, let's continue to roll out the neck as we begin to roll the shoulders back and forward, and then the opposite direction, rolling the shoulders forward and then back, rolling the head the opposite direction. Just kind of play with this movement. Find what's best for you. If you want to just roll one at a time, that's fine. And now let's get lower into the body by bringing the hands forward on the knees as we roll forward, and then arching the back as we roll up, going around. And let's go the opposite direction, making circles with our whole torso now. Rolling around and down and over and up, bringing as much fluidity and movement into the spine. Great job. Let's come to center. Deep breath in, relaxing the shoulders down, taking a moment. Inhale and exhale. Let's tuck our toes underneath, still sitting down onto our heels, and then lifting up onto the toes, maybe wrapping the arms around the knees, hugging the chest to the knees, getting a nice stretch in those feet, balancing on the toes, and then maybe circling that knee out to the side, rolling the ankle, rolling out that left ankle. Hands are on the mat, and then moving to the right foot, making a circle with the knee as we roll out the right ankle. Coming back to center, let's lift up into forward fold, keeping the heels lifted. And squatting back down, drop the knees, come back to a toe hold, lift up into forward fold as you reach back. Great job. Drop the heels, lifting the toes up this time. Rocking back and forth from your toes to your heels. Noticing how that feels on your feet, on your legs. Breathing with each movement. Grab those elbows, allow your head to hang down. Ragdoll from side to side or just holding in the center. Maybe bobbing your head up and down. Just playing with this pose, seeing how it feels with different micro adjustments. Little tiny differences. Keeping the knees slightly bent. Let's begin to slowly roll up. Keep holding on to those elbows. Reach the elbows up to the sky. Release the arms. Reach up. Stretching up to the sky, opening those arms wide as you swan dive down to forward fold, grabbing onto the backs of your legs or your ankles. Beautiful. Let's grab those elbows and slowly roll up. Reach the elbows up, and then at the last moment, release the arms, release the elbows. Reaching up to the sky before we swan dive back down into forward fold. Let's do that again. Grab onto the elbows. Slowly roll up as you reach up to the sky with those elbows and release the hands. Reach up and swan dive down as you exhale. Reaching down over your legs. Grabbing the elbows again. Let's roll up. Release the hands. Reach up to the sky, opening the arms. Swan diving down. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. And now let's walk those hands out into downward facing dog, making a triangle shape with your body. Let's lift the heels off of the mat and slowly sink them down. Keep your knees bent if you need to. That's perfectly fine. We want to keep that back straight. Trying to touch the sky with your sit bones. Sinking into our downward facing dog. And then slowly walking the feet forward to about the middle of the mat. Squatting down into our toe hold as we reach forward with the hands. Balancing on the toes. And lifting into forward fold as you reach up and back. And squatting down onto the toes as you reach forward. Balancing on your feet. And lifting into forward fold. Reaching up to the sky behind you. Reaching forward as you squat down to toe hold pose. And lifting back into forward fold. And squatting down onto the toes as you reach forward. And let's stand up to mountain pose, Tadasana, bringing the hands to the heart. Taking a moment to pause and reconnect. Reconnecting to this present moment. Noticing how your body feels, where your mind is at. Let's release the hands, reach up to the sky. Squatting down, bending the knees into chair pose. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down to the chest, reaching the chest toward the mat as you bend both knees and stretch that right leg out behind you, finding Warrior 3 pose. Bend that back knee Reach it up to the sky as you lift the chest up. Hands reach up. And back to warrior three, hands to heart. Bend the back knee, reach up to the sky as you bring the right knee to the chest. And back into warrior three, moving with your breath. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you find warrior three. Let's pause in warrior three. Reaching up to the sky, lifting up. Back to warrior three. And you can stay here or find half moon pose by bringing your left fingertips to the mat, flexing the right foot and opening that right hip to the right side as your right arm reaches up to the sky. It's very helpful to have a block or some kind of prop underneath that bottom hand. Let's bring the right hand down to the mat, squaring off the hips. Hands to heart, warrior three. And then sitting into chair pose, right foot comes to the mat. Reaching up to the sky with those hands, squatting down. And release, finding mountain pose or Tadasana. Hands can come to your heart as you take a moment to reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your strength. Finding focus in this moment of stillness. Preparing yourself for the opposite side now. Deep breath in and exhale it all out, releasing the shoulders away from your ears. Let's release the arms up to the sky, sitting down into chair pose, squatting down. See if you can go a little bit further, and then bringing the hands down to your heart. As you release the chest forward, extend that left leg back into warrior three. Beautiful balancing posture. If you lose your balance, you can absolutely bring those hands down to the mat or onto some props. And let's lift up, left knee into chest, arms reach up to the sky. And flowing back into warrior three, focusing on a point in front of you on the floor. This is also known as drishti. It's a point of focus that helps you connect in a different way into the mat, into the earth. And remember, don't worry if you fall out, just come back to it. There is no judgment here. Beautiful, reaching up to the sky and extending back, warrior three. Staying in warrior three, you're finding half moon again, flexing that back foot, opening to the left side of the mat now. Left arm reaches up or on your hip. Reaching down to the mat with your right fingers or down to a prop. Beautiful half moon. Let's bring that left arm down. Come back into warrior three. You can reach to the back of the mat. And then coming up into our chair pose, planting the left foot on the mat, sitting down as far as you can before we stand to Tadasana. Hands to heart. Taking a moment to refocus. Let's release the hands up to the sky, stretching up. And release the hands down. Let's reach them up one more time. Reach, reach, reach. Slight back bend. And swan dive forward into forward fold. And bending the knees as we sit down to the mat. Extending the legs out in front. Reach the arms up to the sky and fold forward. Reach up. Place the hands behind your back, lift the hips up, pressing down into the mat through your heels. Your head can come back or look forward. Release the hips to the mat. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees open as we find our butterfly pose. Reach the hands up to the sky and fold forward, reaching forward. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, reach up, plant those hands behind you. Plant the feet on the mat and lift the hips up to the sky, pressing those heels into the mat, pressing the hands into the mat. And come back down, extend the legs out. Reach up to the sky. Exhale as you fold forward, reaching past your toes or toward your toes. Nice stretch for the backs of the legs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let's fold forward one more time. Folding over those thighs, reaching forward. And let's lift up. Press your hands and your heels into the mat as you lift your legs, your hips, your chest up to the sky, reaching back through your chin and releasing your hips down. Feet come together into butterfly pose and fold forward between those knees, allowing them to fall to either side of the mat, going for a nice hip stretch. Deep inhale and exhale out. Let's reach up with the next inhale, press the hands behind you, dig those heels into the mat as you lift your hips up to the sky, and release it down. Reach the hands up and fold forward over those legs one more time. Deep breath in as you lift up slightly. Deep breath out as you release forward over those legs. Inhale, let's come up, reach the arms up to the sky, and bringing the legs crossed in front of you, sitting up tall. Let's twist to the left side of the mat, left hand behind you, and switching to the opposite side, right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee, and back to center, hands to heart, thanking yourself for taking time out of your busy day to do something wonderful for your mind and body. Thanks so much for joining me here in Thailand. And if you enjoyed this class, give it a thumbs up and maybe send it to a friend who could enjoy it too. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the little bell to be notified when the next video comes out. I'll see you for the next one.